No, it's bad? How's this?
Not too bad.
Better?
Yeah. It's crazy. This is so close. It's a yellow button in the basement, on the top. No, we're just in this and ours is self-starting. We got to slide down. That's your entrance today.
Central County, tell them to have them back on.
Yes, and also tell them no house tokens. Add house tokens.
If he wants to.
Reggie. Bounce it out here. Okay. Two over here.
My guys are
Good morning. Thank you, Chief Hampton, for hosting us today, and to Mayor Jones and Council Chair Days for joining me as we all work together to get our communities vaccinated. We are truly at a crossroads. We have a raging variant of a deadly virus and a vaccine that can prevent serious illness. The only way to slow the variant and to keep our hospitals from overflowing is to get more people vaccinated. In some parts of Missouri, the number of COVID-19 cases are exceeding any numbers they've seen at any time during this pandemic. And with the very contagious Delta variant here in St. Louis County, we have grave concerns about the impact it could have here. Let me share with you some of the trends that we're seeing in St. Louis County that I mentioned a few days ago. They are too important not to highlight again. Rates of new infections are much higher among population groups with low vaccination rates. That includes those living in the inner north suburbs in St. Louis County, where the rate of infection is 18 per 100,000. and that is almost 3.5 times greater than what we're seeing in the central part of St. Louis County, showing us what healthcare disparities can look like just a few miles away. Countywide, the rate among black residents is 5 times the rate among white residents. And rates among people in their teens, in their 20s, and their 30s is 4 to 5 times that of those in their 70s or older. Our Department of Public Health has put together a comprehensive community outreach program to reach as many of our residents as possible. And a big part of our outreach effort includes forging partnerships in our most vulnerable communities. And it was through that partnership with Mayor Jones is why we're having this vaccination event here in Ferguson today. And today I'd like to also announce our latest initiative working with barbershops and beauty salons in North County. It's called Sleeves Up STL. We know that barbershops and beauty salons are trusted places in many communities, places where people go not just to take care of their hair, but to catch up on current events and exchange information. To that end, we're inviting every hair salon in North County to agree to share informational materials about the COVID-19 vaccine with their customers. On Monday, we'll begin recruiting 50 such businesses to enlist their help in getting the word out that vaccines are safe, effective, and free. And they're our best defense against the COVID-19 and the Delta variant. As beauty salons and barbershops sign on, we'll provide posters, flyers, and other informational materials that shop owners can use to talk to their clients about getting the COVID-19 vaccine. And the Urban League has stepped up to help, providing thousands of masks for these businesses and their customers. Sleeves Up STL is part of a national movement to get our communities vaccinated and keep them safe. Black men and women are seeing some of the lowest vaccination rates in our country, and we believe that participation from barbershops and beauty salons is going to make a big difference. And I'd now like to recognize Mayor Ella Jones to make a few remarks. Mayor?
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the great city of Ferguson, and on behalf of the City Council and Chief Hampton, who have worked diligently in this community to make certain that our residents are vaccinated. This is one opportunity that we are sharing with everyone this morning. We have Mayor Jones from the city of Delwood over with us this morning, and we are asking that all of the residents who are not vaccinated, please come out this morning and get vaccinated. And thank you to our residents who have already been vaccinated for taking time out of their schedule to go and talk to their neighbors and friends to be vaccinated. The vaccination that you will receive today will help you fight against the Delta variant. And you shouldn't be afraid to take the vaccination. I remember when the vaccination first came out, I was skeptical myself. However, I called my doctor and she assured me that this is the best thing that I can do for myself and for my family members. So get vaccinated because you have your family members that you want to be around. And of course, if you're grandparents, you want to hug your kids. So this is a great time for the city of Ferguson, and we thank you and we ask that you continue to encourage everyone to be vaccinated. At this time, we will hear from Chief Hampton, our fire department, from our fire department.
As Mayor Jones and Sam Page have said, the vaccination is very important to get, and we're trying to take every step we can to make sure everyone is vaccinated. This is one of our numerous events we've held in Ferguson, and I know Delwood has as well. We're teaming up with the fire departments, with the health department to make this happen. So there's no excuses to not have a vaccination. So come out and get your vaccine.
I'd like to ask Council Chair Rita Days to say a few words as well.
Thank you. Thank you, County Executive. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Chief, and thank all of you for participating this morning. It is extremely important that we recognize how important vaccinations are, particularly in my community. Black and brown people are absolutely negatively affected by this particular virus and now the variant. So I am encouraging everyone to come out. We are making sure that there are places for you to go where you don't have to go very far to get your vaccinations. I will also say that some of you who are technologically savvy, you can go to the website stlcorona.com, and if you do not have a computer or that kind of technology, you can call 314-615-2660. Again, 314-615-2660, and they should be able to help you with that. I cannot overemphasize enough how important this is for our communities to be involved in this in every aspect. I agree with Mayor Jones. I too was hesitant about that. I'm a senior with pre-existing conditions, and I spoke to my doctor about the vaccine, and she assured me that this is something that I should do. So talk to your ministers, talk to your teachers, talk to whomever that you trust that you feel will give you the good information that you need to move forward with this. So with that, I thank you so much, and let's go out there and get vaccinated. Thank you.
Thank you, and we're here at the Ferguson Fire Station. We will accept walk-ins for vaccinations, and we encourage everyone to come up and get vaccinated today. And I'd be glad to take any questions.
Hi, Executive Page. Given the vaccination rate in New York County and the infection rate among African American community in particular, how important do you see the new initiative of barbershops and beauty salons at this particular moment with the Delta variant clearly becoming an issue? Where does this lie in terms of the critical list? It's got to be pretty critical.
Well, the St. Louis County Department of Health has put together a community advisory group to answer the question, how do we get the word out in the community, and how do we spread the message that vaccines are safe and effective and free? And they've told us that barbershops and beauty salons are an important part of that network in the community to share information and to talk about current events. So I think this beauty shop and barbershop initiative is very important. It's been identified by our community leaders. It's identified by the community that needs to be vaccinated. We recognize that the vaccination rates in some of our zip codes in St. Louis County are way too low. In some places, they're as low as some parts of rural Missouri, and we have to turn that around. As the Delta variant is spreading across the state and across our country, it's here in St. Louis County too. We know it's more contagious, people get sicker, and we need the best defense is to get folks vaccinated, and we're putting all of our resources into that effort.
Follow-up to that is, as the Delta variant becomes more dominant, becomes more of an issue, and these rates continue to rise, the case rates from the task force are going up. I'm sure you've seen the same numbers I have. Is there any discussion or is there any concern about a return to any kind of a mass mandating situation or restrictions that were before?
Well, the health department issued an advisory yesterday that recommended wearing a mask indoors in any place where you don't know the vaccination status of the people who are around you. Outdoor crowded places or indoors if you don't know the vaccination status of those around you. And I would follow that advice. We'll talk about other advisories, other restrictions. We're not there yet. Right now, all of our effort is going to be focused on getting people vaccinated as quickly as possible.
That advisory talked about wearing masks outside if you're not able to social distance at large events.
That's right.
That could include Cardinals games because they're at full capacity.
That's right.
Are you saying in reading that people should be wearing masks at Cardinals games now, or what's the?
I would read that health advisory and follow the advice of our public health experts. And if you're in a crowd and you're around people then you don't know their vaccination status outdoors, then you should wear a mask. And an example of that would be a baseball game. Any other questions? Okay, thanks a lot.
Is this an awkward I just